What's up guys, welcome back to another video and thank you for being here. In this video we're going to compare two of the biggest prop firms right now in the industry. Topstep, which is the OG prop firm that has been around since 2012, and AlphaFuture, which is kind of like the new dog in the street type of thing. They started in the forex market and now they made the transition to the futures market, bringing the traders a really awesome accounts with really good rules and affordable prices. So in today's video we're going to compare those two prop firms, and specifically we're going to be only focusing on the zero plan only. And we're gonna go head to head versus the Topstep, and Topstep only have one specific plans, so we're gonna go and do that comparison. So before we go and get started, please don't forget to drop a like on this video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already yet, and let me know down in the comments below what other comparisons you would like to see from me in the future, and let's go ahead and get started. So starting with the prices, as I said before, we are going to be only focusing on the zero plan from AlphaFuture, and we're going to compare that to the Topstep. Topstep, they have three different plans, and only standard plans, they got 50k, 100k, and 150k, and unfortunately it comes with the really shocker 149 activation fee that I always hated since I started with the futures market. I used to go to Topstep and I used to hate the 149 activation fee that I had to pay, and 2 days later I blew the account, which is really frustrating thing, and I know a lot of you guys can relate to that. So from AlphaFuture, pretty affordable prices. They only have two size accounts with this account plan, which is the zero account plan, and pretty much the zero account or the zero plan does not have any activation fee, and we'll talk a little bit more into the rules and all of that later when we move to the comparison. But for right now, what you need to know is that they're currently running 25% off on their plan, and usually every month they would run some sale, some sort of sale, because of course they're not that big in the industry yet. So to be ahead with every single sale or the latest and greatest prices, please don't forget to use my coupon code Kemo during the checkout, which will always apply the greatest and latest discounts that is currently available. Or if there's no any current available discounts, it will still give you I believe 5 to 10% off or something like that. I'm not totally sure, but make sure to always use my coupon code, which will give you the greatest discount, or use my link down in the description below. And let's go ahead and jump into the important rules that you need to be in the know when you're trading any of those accounts. During the eval phase at this time, the cost of purchase from Topstep is 49 bucks and AlphaFuture is 74 bucks. Moving to the activation fee, there is no activation fee for the AlphaFutures account, and there is 149 that all we love and hate about Topstep. Moving to the reset fee. Reset fee is $49 from Topstep. And what reset fee, if you don't know guys, is that there is a billing cycle. So if you purchase the account on October 1st 2025, if you don't pass it within 30 days, it will rebill you the same exact amount, which is 49 bucks. And in this case only, it is if you don't pass it. If it happens that you blow the account and lose it, then you have the ability to reset it, and resetting it is pretty much paying for the reset amount right here, and they will get you or make the balance 0 again, or 50k. In this comparison, by the way, we're only focusing on the 50k accounts only. So in this specific scenario, they will charge you the 49 bucks again, and the 30 days on Topstep it gets renewed again from the point of resetting, and then it will reset that period of the 30 days. On my funded future, that period does not reset. So within the 30 days, let's say you blow the account middle of the month, so now you have, instead of having a month to pass the challenge, now you have 15 days only. So this is just a quick understanding of the reset function. But a lot of people don't like to reset their account too often, and they just let it. If they blow it, they step away from the chart, they take a small break until the next time that comes around for the rebilling cycle, and they trade again. But not a lot of people like to reset it. But in this case, if you would want to reset your account, it's 49, which is the same exact price as the purchase, and on Alpha Future it is $79. And you will think to yourself that, hey, I'm purchasing the account for 74, why am I resetting it for 79? And that is because it's just during this deal, it's only 74 bucks. And I want to let you know, guys, something. This $74, it's usually, the account usually cost about $100 without any coupons. So I am giving you the coupons to use my coupon and get yourself a cheaper price. So on reality, it was $100. Now it is 74 when you're using my coupon code. If you want to reset it, it's 79 bucks. Until end of October, you can use my coupon code and it will give you 25% off, and that will end at the end of the month. So you can always go and buy another account for 74 bucks instead of resetting it. That's always an option. So moving forward to the profit target, it's the same, $3,000 across the board, pretty standard, nothing special here. The drawdown type is end of day trailing drawdown. I also want to mention a quick thing, guys, that I forgot to mention. When you're using my coupon code and getting yourself a discount on that specific account, if you purchase the account for 74 bucks, the rebilling cycle will keep rebilling you 74 bucks if you don't, assuming that you don't pass it in 30-day period. If it rebills you again, it will not rebill you with the new price outside of the promotion. It will still keep charging you the same amount as if you had the promotion, even if it ends. So that's always a good thing. Daily loss limit. The Topstep used to have a daily loss limit, now they got rid of it. And Alpha Future, they have a $1,000 and it soft breach your account for the rest of the day, and then it will unlock it for you the next day, kind of helping you so you don't blow your account all in one day. The max loss limit, which will be a hard breach, both of them are the same, $2,000. And the max position size, Topstep win in this department of 5 minis or 50 micros versus 3 minis or 30 micros with Alpha Futures. They both allow you to trade the news, and the minimum trading days required for Topstep is 2. You cannot pass this account in one day. On the other hand, Alpha Futures will let you pass it all in one day. They don't have a consistency on the eval. So can you pass this account in one day? On Topstep, no. You need 2 days, and on Alpha Futures, there you can pass this account all in one day. And here you go, this is the consistency on the eval, 50% on Topstep, and there's none on Alpha Futures. And here are the common and most popular platforms that those two prop firms offer. One of the popular platform on Topstep is Topstep X, and here on Alpha Futures you can see it's Project X. That's the same exact platform, and a lot of people love this platform, and including me. Moving to the during the funded phase, you have a max accounts of 5 funded accounts on Topstep versus 3 accounts on Alpha Futures. The consistency rule here kind of shifts. So on Topstep, there is no consistency rule versus 40% Alpha Futures consistency rule, which is not a big deal. 40%, it's still a lot of gap and a lot of room for you to have inconsistency in your trade strategy or your trading profits. And 40% it's fine. You can always use my calculator that I made for you guys for free. You can download it and you can input your daily profit and losses, and it will let you know if you're meeting the consistency rule or not. And it will also let you know how much money do you need to make more in your account in order to be eligible for the consistency rule. The drawdown type stays the same, which is something that I love. End of day trailing drawdown, it's amazing. The scaling plan here are pretty similar, with the difference of course the leverage. Below 1500 you will get 2 minis or 20 micros on Topstep, and you will move to the 3 minis or 30 micros once your account is between $15 to $2,000, and it will move to 5 minis or 50 micros once you're above $2,000. Below 1500 you only have 1 mini or 10 micros. Between 1500 to 2000 you have 2 minis or 20 micros. Between $2,000 and $3,000 you can unlock 3 minis or 30 micros. Moving to the news trading, is it allowed on Topstep and Alpha Futures? And the answer is yes on Topstep and no on Alpha Futures. Alpha Futures require you to wait 2 minutes before, after, and during the news release. After that, you can trade however you like, and I personally like it that way. It's fine with me. I usually wait 2 minutes. I don't like to trade while the news is being released, because you can have one candle going any direction that you don't want the candle to go, and it will always stop you out or breach your account right away if you don't have enough leverage or enough buffer in it, and it's not worth it all around, even if you know where the direction's going. Honestly, micro scalping, is it allowed? And we know micro scalping is taking profit consistently less than 5 points or 10 ticks, and on both prop firms it is not allowed on Alpha Futures, but it is allowed on Topstep. On Alpha Futures, you need to be above this range in order to be eligible for a payout. Of course, if you have one trade here and there that you mistakenly or got out break even plus profit or things like that, that is okay. But this rule specifically states if you're consistently, like if it's a part of your trading strategy to take small profits, it's not really allowed. Alpha Futures does not really like that. So you need to be in a trade probably a little bit more than 10 seconds for it to count as a trade, and your trading your profit need to be above 5 points or 10 ticks depending on the instrument you're trading. The profit split on both prop firms, Topstep, they still do the 10k, it's all yours. The first 10k of payout, they will not charge you a single penny on the commission side, and then you move to, they will give you 90% of your profit and the company will take 10% from you. On Alpha Future, there's no kind of like bonus or initial bonus, you can say. They will just charge you 10% and you can take your 90% home. Minimum withdrawal from these accounts is $125 on Topstep versus $200 on Alpha Future, which is pretty low, very understandable, really awesome minimum limits, to be honest. Qualification for payout. Qualifications for payout, you only have to complete 5 winning days of $200 or more on Topstep on a 50k accounts. Just a reminder, all of this, I'm just taking the 50K because it's the most popular account, and I'm putting it head to head against Alpha Future 50K zero plan. On Alpha Futures is the same exact deal. Withdrawal limit. So now we talked about the minimum withdrawal. Now, what's my withdrawal limit? What's my max withdrawal limit? On Topstep, it is 50% of your profit in the account versus $1,500 from Alpha Future. This can be a deal breaker, but it is what it is. If you are a beginner, you won't really care about that 50% of your profit. $1,500 is still a lot. If you have 3 accounts, $1,500 is still a lot. And you have 3 accounts, that 1,500 times 3 accounts, that's a lot of money. So that's $4,500, which is still a lot. If you can make that every single week, pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Okay, the path to live funded environment. On Topstep, they state that it's after the 5th payout, and they will still evaluate your account and pick you if you have a good stat. The same exact thing on Alpha Future. It looks like they're like from the same developers, the same investors, same whatever, but it looks pretty similar, but cheaper. But because it's cheaper, they're kind of trading it with some other rules that they need to put in enforcement in order for them to give you a good, cheaper price. The payout method, both have very similar and ideal payment methods that we all can access and withdraw from, which is always nice. Now, here's my summary. Why would someone go with Topstep versus Alpha Future? You would go with Topstep because you don't want no daily loss limit. You will get higher leverage. You have more of a max position size. You have no consistency rule during the funded phase. You can have up to 5 max funded accounts instead of 3. And you can also trade the news on the funded phase if you want that. You can micro scalp and have taken less than 5 points of profits on your instrument without no problems. And you can take 100% profit split on your first 10K of payout from Topstep. And you also have a larger withdrawal of profits in your account. So on the other side, you have Alpha Future with no activation fee. So here are the things that you need to account for or trade to get a better price or a little smaller price if you are a beginner. There's no activation fee. So you're paying $74. Yes, it's a little bit more. Let's call it $25 extra than Topstep, but you don't have that fear of, oh man, if I pass the account I have to pay $149 to activate it. Dang, that suck. And when you pay and get the live or the sim funded account, you'll be like, oh man, I gotta trade really cautiously so I don't lose it. And instead of being down $50 from Topstep, I'll be down $200. No, man. So here's the thing. You're paying 1.5 times of a Topstep account, which is $74 up front. And hey, I am giving you the options that there is no activation fee. If you pass, that's really good for you. And also, you can pass it in 1 day. So, in my opinion, after all of these benefits, if you are a beginner trader, I will always go with Alpha Future because it's cheaper up front. So here is another look back at the prices. Yes, it is $50 a month for a 50K on Topstep, but it's $74 with no activation fee on Alpha Futures. So I would always go with this account over the Topstep. Same exact thing with 300k. If you are a little bit more confident of a trader and you like to have a bigger account size, like 100k or 150k, the 100k Alpha Future Zero account will give you that, and it's really awesome. It's the same exact thing that you would get from Topstep, but you're taking that $149 activation fee and throwing it out of the window and just paying a little bit more, yes, up front, but you're trading with ease. You know, once you purchase the Alpha Future account, you know you own that account from the get-go. You know that you're trading confidently without any thoughts in mind like, hey, if I pass the account right now, I'm gonna have to pay $149, which I don't have, or it's a lot of trouble, because now you're putting more pressure on yourself because you're putting more money in the investment, which is really suck. I like this model of payment. Yes, I'm paying 25% extra upfront compared to Topstep, but there's no activation fee. And on top of that, look what Topstep had to go and do since they launched their new dashboard. They've been charging taxes, which really suck. So a $49 account now costs $53. Like, why? Now you're not really, like, you're only $20 away from getting a tax-free. You're not paying any taxes on these accounts, plus you're not gonna pay any activation fee. So this is just the argument that I'm making into why I chose Alpha Future. So that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Thank you all so much for making it until the end of the video. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree with me, or if you think that there's other prop firms out there with better prices and better rules. Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your feedback. Let me know what other comparisons you like to see from me in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.